Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Idris. My friends and I will tell you about automotive steering system. Starting with the history of rack and pinion steering system, it began when BMW had invented the system in the 1930s and later adapted into American cars like the Ford Mustang and the Ford Pinto. During the 1970s, an Australian engineer Arthur Ernest developed the first variable ratio rack and pinion using a normal pinion, something that was thought to be impossible. Other than rack and pinion steering system, there is also the recirculating ball steering system. It began when General Motors had pioneered the system to be adapted into the 1940 Cadillac Model 72. About a decade later, other car companies had begun adapting the recirculating ball steering system into their cars. Another popular steering system is the power system. The first practical power steering system was invented and developed by Francis W. Davis. Later, he was hired by Benedict to provide military vehicles with the power steering system. However, it was the year 1951 that marked the beginning of American commercial vehicles using the power steering system when it was adapted into the 1951 Chrysler Imperial.
Current technology of steering system. Technology for the steering system is also improving on a regular basis. As technology advances, so does the safety of user. There are two types of current steering system technologies, which is power steering system and four-wheel steering. This type of steering system are often seen in modern vehicle. Power steering system. A power steering system is a mechanical device installed on a vehicle that assists drivers in steering by lowering the amount of steering effort required to move the steering wheel, making it simple for the vehicle to turn or navigate at lower speeds. Power steering system works with only moving the front wheel. Hydraulic, electric, and hybrid power steering are the three types of power steering. All three power steering systems provide the same job, although they do it in various ways. Each variant contributes more energy to aid in driving a car, allowing the driver to spin the steering wheel with less exertion. It also enables engineers to increase steering responsiveness or how rapidly the vehicle changes direction when the driver moves the steering wheel. How power steering works. Depending on the force multiplier utilized, the power steering system behaves differently. To understand how power steering works, you must first grasp each of the following approaches. For the hydraulic power steering, it works when the engine-driven hydraulic pump begins pumping the highly pressure hydraulic oil through the line as the driver gives input by rotating the steering wheel. The pump's hydraulic force enters the cylinder, where it spreads the pressure to the hydraulic cylinder piston. The high pressure piston begins to move from one end of the line to the other, um, pushing additional fluid through the line. The driver's input force doubles several times as the piston travels. The high pressure fluid produced by the cylinder then applies pressure to the pinions attached to the clutch mechanism, resulting in a considerable force being applied to the right gear to steer the front wheel. Next is electric power steering. Electric power steering works when the driver delivers input through the steering wheel. An electronic sensor located on the steering column detects it and sends it to the vehicle's ECU, which is electrical control unit. The ECU of the vehicle evaluates the steering wheel input and sends a voltage signal to the electric motor at the end of the steering column. The electric motor's gear always mesh with the pinion gears. The voltage signal is sent by the electrical control unit so that the electric motor powered by the automobile's battery may start and produce a certain torque based on the value of the voltage signal reserve. As soon as the motor begins, the gears that are in the constant mesh with the pinion gears begin to transport the double torque to the pinion, which transmit it to the fixed rack. When this pinion applies torque to the rack, it rotates to steer the front wheels as needed. The last one is hybrid power steering. An electric motor operates the pump in electro-hydraulic power steering, which is regulated based on the needed aiding steering force. At very low speed or when stationary, the hydraulic pump supply is boosted to offer a great amount of steering power. Because assistance is not required at high speed, the pump rotational speed is reduced. Second steering system is four-wheel steering system. Four-wheel steering system that has several versions, including all-wheel steering and rear-wheel steering. Some cars use four-wheel steering to enhance steering direction, boost vehicle stability when moving at high speed, or minimize turning radius at low speeds. The rear wheels are directed by a computer and actuators in most active four-wheel steering systems. In general, the rear wheel cannot turn as far as the front wheel. During low speed, certain systems such as Delphi's Quadrasteer and Honda's Prelude series allow the rear wheels to be steered in the opposite direction as the front wheels. This enables the vehicle to turn in a much smaller radius, which is sometimes crucial for huge trucks or cars towing trailers. At high speeds, the four-wheel steering system uses ABS to prevent skidding in automobiles making higher and sharper curves. The four-wheel steering technology also aids in minimizing turning radius at low speed. How four-wheel steering works. This system works with a four-wheel steering control unit that located behind the car's rear axle and affects the rear wheels as needed. At low speeds, car wheels turn in opposing direction, but at high speed, spinning all four wheels simultaneously helps to maintain stability and prevent fishtailing. Basically, these two types of steering system have the same function even though the methods are different, but four-wheel steering has more advantages than power steering.
Power steering system evolved alongside automobile as time went on. The system needed to be upgraded over time to meet the expanding needs of contemporary vehicles. There are several kinds of power steering systems and how they have changed over time. When the steering wheel is turned, the hydraulic power steering system applies pressure to the wheel using fluids. A pump generates the fluid pressure, a bed attached to the engine powered by the pump. The hydraulic arrangement was not thought to be full efficient as the bed transmitted power from the engine. The development of electric cars has given rise to some remarkable features in this battery-operated auto. Most current cars have an electric power steering. An electric motor exists, the wheel rather than hydraulic fluid, which makes steering simpler. The choice for steering system that use the least fuel is the electric power steering system. Additionally, the system can alter itself based on the speed of the vehicle, providing mild steering at low speed and heavy steering at high speed. The hybrid electric power steering system, also known as the electro-hydraulic power steering (EPHS), is a hybrid model. It incorporates hydraulic and electric power steering functionality. EPHS, EPHS, like the hydraulic system, generate pressure from generate pressure for better steering by using fluids. The pump, however, is powered by a separate electric motor rather than the engine. In terms of fuel consumption, the hybrid power steering system outperforms the hydraulic system. Furthermore, the variety of features in a hybrid system outnumbers those in hydraulic system. This was all there was to know about evolution of the power steering system. Driving a car will be less comfortable without this system. Beginning with the introduction of diesel, we have seen many advancements in power steering and with technology enrichment. new height, we can expect to see even more in the future. The four-wheel steering system has various advantages. Improved steering response. The car will surely react more quickly when turning and changing lanes if it has four-wheel steering. It is safer for other drivers and pedestrians to have more accurate and controlling steering. While it might not seem like much in normal driving situations, it can help drivers avoid an unforeseen obstruction. Simply said, power steering reduces the effort needed to turn a vehicle's steering wheel. The steering wheels will seem heavy and challenging to operate without the power steering system electric or hydraulic support. If your automobile power steering ever fails, you will be aware that turning, parking, and managing your car suddenly become full body exercise for your upper body, especially at low speed. Advantages of modern technology over older technologies, such as an four-wheel steering, power steering, stability in turns. Some turns can be quite difficult to navigate when the roads are ice or wet. The automobile will be able to make corner turn with more stability and control if it features four-wheel steering. You have a lower chance of hydroplaning or being stuck while all four wheels are moving. An electric motor is used in a fully electric power steering (EPS) system. When determining how much acceleration the driver needs to turn the front wheels, the sensor uses the information they have collected. At low speeds, such as during parking, the steering wheel is relatively simple to turn, making handling easier. More steering wheel resistance offer more stability at higher speeds. The hydraulic power steering has a potential of a steering wheel to fill the road. Hydraulic aid is preferred by drivers of high-end sports cars and racing vehicles. However, hydraulic systems let drivers spin the wheel by using hydraulic fluid that is propelled by a power steering pump, while the 12-volt or greater electrical system of the car supplies electricity to an EPS. Latest technology has certain downsides from the most recent technology. Four-wheel steering disadvantage is the costing of the parts for four-wheel steering system can be both safe and practical, but they are typically only found in more expensive brands and models. They cost some money since they need a lot of parts and turning that conventional steering system. If we look at the vehicles that currently offer four-wheel steering, for reference, there are automotive models from Audi, BMW, Lexus, Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Acura that have four-wheel steering. Additionally, there are all import vehicle producers, whose vehicles are generally more expensive to buy and maintain. Hydraulic fluid, sometimes referred to as power steering fluid, is necessary for hydraulic power. Furthermore, you risk losing power steering assistance if this fluid falls below a predetermined threshold at any time. Fuel efficiency and gas mileage may be impacted by systems that depends on the engine mechanical energy to function. Compared to electric power steering system, hydraulic power steering systems are more complicated and require more parts. They can occupy more rooms in the engine's compartment. This is why it cannot be repaired as readily using common parts and labor as a hydraulic system. EPS system manage specialist tools and expertise to identify and fix electrical problems that could be brought on by a malfunction on board computer or a number of sensors. Because of this, fixing electric power systems typically costs more than fixing hydraulic systems.
New and future technology steering system. This is the table of content from this slide. First, introduction. About power steering. Power steering system has stayed unchanged for the past 50 years. However, day by day, our world has improved in technology. The biggest innovation is the updating of electronic power steering. The power steering industry is already advancing many electronic power steering that will affect not only how people drive but also how power steering shops will need to service newer vehicles. The future of electrical power steering is going digital, just like improvement in countless other industry and products today. The first of future power steering is digital power steering. About digital power steering, although the ideas behind electronic control have existed for some time, it is only now that manufacturers are putting greater effort into making this principle more widely used in automobiles. The digital power steering is also known as steer-by-wire system. It will replace the mechanical steering controls currently found in automobiles, that known as drive-by-wire technologies. This drive-by-wire technologies, it still use a rack and pinion or worm and sector gear to control the power steering, which can be called as physical component. How steer-by-wire work? It uses electronic sensor to let the power steering system know what the driver is conducting behind the wheel. It is the same concept when we play a racing video game. When we turn the wheel, sensors tell the car on screen which way we want it to go. The steering field emulation also gives the driver feedback on how the car is acting. We will not even need an old steering wheel to control steer-by-wire system. But when Infiniti produced the first steer-by-wire system, there was a steering wheel on it. This system could free up a lot of space under the hood, reduce vibration, and potentially save on fuel economy. The second digital power steering is adaptive steering. About adaptive steering, Ford is the manufacturer currently at the forefront of adaptive steering. Adaptive steering is like a steer-by-wire system because it depends on electronic system. This system works along with the ESC in the vehicle to adapt to changing conditions that might affect stability like road unevenness or traction. ESC is an important safety system that prevents critical vehicle states from developing. This smart technology is housing within the steering wheel and communicate with the ESC to correct instability for a more pleasant and enjoyable driving experience. How this system works? This system works by changing the ratio of the driver's action and at the right depending on the vehicle speed. It reduces the amount of wheel turning necessary to turn the vehicle at the lower speed, but at the greater speed, the driving input is processed more quickly, so it enables steering to respond to the driver's action more precisely. The main benefits of this system is to increase driver comfort and smoothness of control at all speeds. Conclusion. In conclusion, steering system is one of the most important features in automobile. This system will help us to control all the direction and movement of the wheel of our vehicle. Since this system is very important to our vehicles, day by day, manufacturers industry keep improving the system to make it become more smoothness and comfortable for driver to control. Although this system keeps improving, current systems that are used nowadays also not bad in quality and effectiveness. The innovation of this system is because of our technology needs to evolve with the times. However, the current technology and future technology both has its own advantage and disadvantage. I think that's all from us. Thank you for watching our videos.